The transformation of Spotify Camp Nou is entering one of its most defining phases. This is no longer just about demolition or preparation. This is the moment where the new stadium starts to clearly take shape, structurally, visually, and functionally. In this update, we will focus on several key elements that now define the project. The progress of the third-tier structure, the evolution of the compression ring, the preparation for the roof structure, ongoing work across the stands, access systems, and internal infrastructure, and how all these pieces connect to Barcelona's long-term vision for the stadium. This is not a day-to-day report. This is a clear look at how one of the biggest stadium projects in the world is moving forward, step by step. Let's begin. At this stage, Spotify Camp Nou should be seen as a single, integrated system. Multiple construction fronts are active at the same time. Each one depends on the other. Nothing here is random. The focus is no longer on removing the old stadium. The focus is now on building the new structure that will support everything above it, including the roof, services, and future expansions. This is the phase where precision matters more than speed. The most visible change in recent weeks is the continued growth of the third tier. This structure is massive. It is not just an extension of seating, it is the backbone of the new Camp Nou. Large prefabricated concrete elements are being installed with millimetric precision. Each piece has a specific role: carrying vertical loads, distributing horizontal forces, and supporting the future roof system. The scale of the third tier already gives a clear idea of how dominant the final stadium will be in Barcelona's skyline. Once completed, this level will transform the atmosphere inside the stadium, making it steeper, louder, and more intense. One of the most important developments is the progress of the compression ring. This ring is not decorative. It is a critical structural element. Its main role is to stabilize the entire upper structure, connect different sections of the third tier, and prepare the stadium to support the roof. New segments of the compression ring are being installed and aligned with extreme accuracy. Any small error here would affect the entire stadium. This is why progress may look slow from the outside, but in reality, this is one of the most complex phases of the project. Everything happening now leads to one final goal: the roof. The roof of the new Camp Nou will be one of the largest stadium roofs in Europe. Before it can be installed, the third tier must be fully stabilized. The compression ring must be completed. Load paths must be fully tested and validated. This is why engineers are taking their time. Once the roof phase begins, there is no room for correction. What we are seeing now is the foundation of that future step. While the upper structure grows, work continues across the lower levels. Inside the stadium, concrete surfaces are being finalized. Structural joints are reinforced. Service areas are being prepared. The aim here is durability and efficiency, not decoration. The final finishes will come later. Right now, the priority is to ensure that everything underneath the surface is solid, safe, and future-proof. Another important area of progress is access and circulation. Ramps, corridors, and vertical connections are being adapted to the new layout of the stadium. This includes wider evacuation routes, clear separation of flows, improved accessibility for all spectators. These elements are essential for safety certifications and future capacity increases. A modern stadium is not just about seats. It is about how people move before, during, and after events. Spotify Camp Nou is being rebuilt in carefully planned phases. Each phase must be structurally independent, meet safety standards, and allow the stadium to operate partially when needed. This approach reduces risk but increases complexity. It is one of the reasons why this project is considered one of the most challenging stadium renovations ever attempted. Projects of this size cannot be rushed. Every delay, adjustment, or pause usually has a technical reason behind it. Structural validation, safety checks, or coordination between multiple systems. What matters most is not speed, but correctness. The Camp Nou being built today is meant to last decades. Even without the roof, even without final finishes, the vision is already visible. You can now clearly understand the final volume of the stadium, the verticality of the stands, and the dominance of the third tier. This is no longer a concept. This is a real structure. Spotify Camp Nou is entering its most defining chapter. The work being done now will determine the safety of the stadium, its architectural identity, and its ability to host world-class events for decades. Each concrete element, each ring segment, each structural connection is part of a much bigger system. This is not just a renovation. This is the creation of a new football landmark. And this story is still being written, week by week. At the end of the video, I promised to explain this mechanism you're seeing here. This is called a structural shock absorber, and it's used in very large steel structures, like FC Barcelona's new stadium. These structures are not completely rigid. They slightly move due to temperature changes, wind, crowd loads, and dynamic forces. This mechanism allows controlled movement, absorbing vibrations instead of transferring them directly into the steel beams. Without it, all those forces would go straight into the connections, increasing long-term stress and fatigue. So it doesn't carry the load. It protects the structure and significantly increases the stadium's lifespan. If you enjoy deep, documentary-style updates about stadiums, architecture, and major sports infrastructure projects, make sure to subscribe to SportsRender. Leave your thoughts in the comments. What part of the new Camp Nou impresses you the most so far? Thank you for watching, and we'll continue following this incredible transformation in the next update.